Hey there, beautiful souls. Hope you're doing well in this interesting, dynamic, chaotic, overwhelm, whatever is going on. And whether it's your hormones, whether it's the energies, whatever, it's all of it. And actually, it's there to help us shift these old patterns, these old belief systems, these old ways of being that has us in the wrong direction, that's against our flow, that's against our joy, which is this mundane push, drive, and scarcity and the increasing of costs, and it's just holding us really deep in a very low, heavy vibration of being, which is ultimately depressing, let's face it. And I say this time and time again, we are not here, these amazing miracles that we are, and we are miracles for life to exist, to be here getting working hard and getting stressed and die. We are not meant to be for that. And we have to ask the question, why the fuck are we here, really? I mean, let's wonder why we're here, because we're not meant, we don't need to be here. The planet Earth doesn't need us, apart from being like guardians of the Earth. Let's face it, guardians of the Earth and the creatures. Otherwise, we're not really needed for the whole ecosystem to exist. So why are we here? And we've got to really start asking these questions. Are we doing stuff because of old vibrations of just doing? Are we slaves to money? And that carrot, I feel like we are the donkeys, and someone's holding that carrot. It's constantly ahead of us, and it's constantly being pushed and taken further and harder to achieve, to have an enjoyable life that you're retiring at God knows what, 60, 70. That's not when life begins. When we retire, we have to make life begin every moment, every present moment, because that's the only ever guaranteed time that we have in this life. And I've been experiencing overwhelm the last few weeks, or last week or so especially, and it feels so dysregulating. And I get that, and I know my self-care, so I'm not. I appreciate that it's coming up for a reason, and be grateful for this overwhelm, even though it can feel really shit. And go, what is it? What is it that it's trying to shift and move through me? What am I not aligned to in my joy? And a lot of it is this push drive, this heavy masculine energy, this what I sort of kind of take back to like the Industrial Revolution, where we're just going against our flow, where we have lost our connection to nature, to Mother Earth, the cycles. We have electric and everything's there on tap that we're expected to be keeping on going, and we're not meant to. And we wonder why we're exhausted, why we're experiencing mental health issues, depression and anxiety, and burnout and overwhelm. It's because we're so disconnected from ourselves, our body, our purpose, nature. We are just disconnected, and we need to work out. Oh, just don't want to move the computer here. Anyway, it's we need to see where we've come out of alignment of our joy and our purpose. And when we do that, we can start putting things in place where that it serves us. But it's such an ingrained pattern inside us to be so busy. We don't even stop to ask ourselves questions: what will serve me? What will give me joy? What is the most aligned to me? And we are going through this huge energetic shift to understand what that is. Because when we live to our joy, when we live to our purpose, and our work becomes that, it doesn't feel like work. Because when you're giving in joy, you get tenfold joy back. And this is when you're in abundance. This is when you're in flow. And this is what we're meant to be doing. So the old patterns and the ideas that you can't do your dreams, you can't do something you enjoy, you got to get a sensible job and all that crap, it's this is what will be coming away. And the reason why I started this video was because I saw a post about the government getting rid of all the disability allowances, which includes mental health. And it was really occurring to me, we don't need to be having a mental health crisis. There are so many things that we can be doing when we become aware and conscious of that. But there's no information out there, or very mainstream information isn't there to help us. And there is so much we can be doing. We can be looking at our food, taking away processed food, and also lots of food that have been sprayed with glyphosate, because that screws your gut. It stops you from producing your amino acids that are key building blocks for serotonin and melatonin, which are our happy hormones and our healing hormones, and dopamine as well. So instead of having it naturally through our food and being out in the sunshine and different things, we have to then look at scrolling and addictive behaviors to try and get our dopamine fix. And we also need to be recognizing where's our old patterns, asking ourselves why, what would serve me joy. I've got such a runny nose, I do apologise. I'll have to use my scarf, very uncouth, but there we go. And this is beautiful, bright spring weather that's clearing out the system. And talking about clearing out, we need detox. We need to let go. We need to let go emotionally, mentally, physically, of all the crap that we're not no longer needing. And this is like a huge process, and especially when it's old patterns that have made us feel safe, the illusion of safety, and the old systems of what has given us safety are falling away because they're not serving us. But that can feel so dysregulating for our central nervous system, because let's face it, we've been set up on that. But we have to find our roots back into nature to feel our safety. That's what we're being shown to do, and to find our power, our sovereignty, and claim that back, and look at where we give it away and claim it back. And looking at governance systems that feeling helpless and hopeless of the really shit decisions that get made, and actually go, well, your governance is supposed to be there for us as a collective, as a whole, as a highest good. Actually, you're not serving us anymore. So when do we unelect a governance and go, well, you're not serving us? And it's not left or right, red or blue, Democratic, Republican. It's neither. It's the system. When do we start looking at these systems and challenging them, and get rid of the old belief system that we can't do anything about it, which is this victim energy? Okay, it's this helpless, hopeless bullshit. And it's so ingrained in our system, so give yourself some compassion on there, right? But it's so ingrained in our systems, in our blood, in our subconscious mind, our unconscious body. We inherit it through our generations that have been suppressed and held by governance. So let's, I talk about this to other people, about the fleas. Fleas were put in a jar, right? They could really jump really high, right? They put a lid on that jar, long enough, but not so they're still alive. And they took the lid off, and they didn't jump any higher than that lid, whereas before they were jumping much higher, okay? And their offspring, excuse the pun, did exactly the same. They didn't go any further than that lid. So we inherit these suppressive, restrictive behaviors, and we don't even know they're there. So we need to start becoming conscious of our 98% subconscious that plays out for us on a day-to-day basis, and start becoming conscious of why we think what we do and why we do it. And then we start going, well, actually, that's not serving me. Okay, can I have a choice? Can I do something different? Yes, you can. That's your power. Awareness, conscious choices is your superpower. So there's so much you can be doing. So ultimately, what I'm saying to you is that if you're not living a life that you desire, then look at choices, look at the patterns, look at the behaviors and the belief systems, the BS that you're carrying that has you do what you do. And mental health, there's so much we can be doing about that. Okay, one, we need to get back in touch with nature. Two, we need to make sure our gut is actually back in line to nature. We've become so dysregulated and detached from nature, which is why we're struggling. Okay, we need to look at our cycles, we look at nature, we need to look at live into the seasons. We need to look at our gut health in terms of glyphosate. That's just breaking down our gut health. It literally rips away those beautiful Velcro parts of our gut that holds us gut brain. But then when that's not there, not only is it depleting our key our hormones, our endocrine system, our serotonin, our dopamine, our natural way of happiness, it's also breaking down the gut-brain barrier, which then goes into the blood-brain barrier. So we're getting toxins in our brain, and we've got toxins in our water, in our food. We need to start detoxing, and we need to start claiming back our how our food is produced, and everything that's going on at the moment with this, what basically feels like an attack on farmers. This is really important. We need to wake up to this, because if we lose our sovereignty of being able to produce our own food, then we're in a real dire straits there. So we need to really start looking at the value and the importance of good quality food that's sustainable, that's healthy, and not allow massive corporations to take over this food, because without food and without fuel, people are caught. So we need to wake up and start making decisions, and knowing that actually we need to start making sure our food is produced in a very healthy and sustainable way. So there's much to do. There's much you can do. Don't play the victim. If you're feeling that whirling woe is me shit going around in your head, know that that's just an old belief system coming up for you to be seen. It's not your truth. It really isn't your truth, but it can emotionally feel so true, because your thought, the emotion comes into your body, that goes back up to your brain, and it feels like your truth, but it isn't. So as soon as you can create a thought, the thought comes in and you go, is this aligned to me, what I want? Does it align to me feeling empowered and feeling good? No. Well, then I choose differently. And you start making those neural pathways of what you actually do decide to have. And that's when you start breaking free. That's when you start to become more conscious and more empowered as a sovereign being. So if this is really resonating with you and you're feeling it right now, go to the infinityhealthhub.com. I've got many articles and meditations that really help you to start seeing things in a much more conscious way, and to start making those neuroplasticity, those neural pathways of what you actually want, what you actually desire. And it's looking through the emotional intelligence. So sort of AI, we want to look at EI, we want to improve our emotional intelligence and our conscious conversations, and then we start really becoming sovereign beings. So lots of love, people, and I'm going out because my hands are absolutely freezing now. So take care, lots of love, and know that you've got this. Know that it's okay not to be okay. And together, we all support one another. Lots of love.